Hello and welcome to yet another dimension. I am Jeremy. Lucid Espresso's not here once again, but he does have his own clothing line on Etsy called a Kohai Squad. We got the Kohai Squad University T-shirt. Buying off the Etsy store. It'll be the link in the description below. Join the university because you gotta have class, okay? You'll be looking classy in this shirt. So let's get to review. I just watched Hell's Paradise episode 5, The Samurai and the Woman. A decent to good episode. I like some aspects of this episode. Some of them were kind of weaker. It's kind of stretching itself too thin, I think, because we're introducing another two characters. I like where they're going with it, but I have so much space in my mind for all these characters and like their backstories. But I like what they're going with it. And also the title of the show, this episode, The Samurai and the Woman, it's about Sagiri, and I think that was the best part of the episode because it really shows her character growth and her internal struggle because she's a woman in the Edo period and she wants to be a samurai, so that's really looked down upon. So I thought this episode was pretty good. It probably the weakest one. I wasn't like super excited to talk about it. You know what episode is good when you're like, oh, I got to talk about this. But this, I was just like, I like some aspects. Some of it was weaker to me, but I still look forward to it. And it was a crazy ending at the end. And we get introduced to somebody really big at the end. But I still good. Still definitely watch the show. You're missing out if you're not watching it. Don't just watch Demon Slayer, which is still good. But watch Hell's Paradise episode 5. I give it a pass, definitely. Let's talk about Sagiri. She wakes up. She didn't just pass out. She was actually, I think she was not poisoned, but like one of the insects, made her pass out. And I think the scales, and she's in the cave, and she got her hair down. I think Sagiri, she's definitely my favorite girl, like best girl so far. My waifu in this season, because she was looking good with her hair down. I was like, "Oh, girl, you doing something with that long hair?" So, but she comes out, and Genji's there to meet her, and they're all like, Gamimaru, I guess he's a chef now. He's like mashing up some food or like vegetables or wherever he got from the island, and like Yuzu, I'm gonna call her Yuzu. Yuzu-chan, the ninja girl, she's just chilling, laying back, supervising, and we got Senta there as well. So I like this group so far. It is like different personalities, but Gamimaru, he went to go get some food for them, and he notices he's looking around. He's like, man, there's like some things that's weird about this place. Some things is like, oh, this is like natural for like the area. So they're trying to figure out what is going on in this island, and I like that about this. We're like figuring it out as they are, because this is a really strange island. And Senta, I think he's valuable to the group because he's not just brute strength. He's really thinking about what the situation. So I think that's why he's so high ranking in the Yamada clan, because he's 5th rank as I looked this up. So he's pretty high up, and I think he uses his brain over his brawn. So I think it's going really well for them. So they see the malformed gods, the beasts that they see, and they have no organs, but they still bleed. So, and they have no reproductive organs. So it's very weird. It's like, are they man-made, or is this like some god controlling them? So they're trying to slowly figure it out. I think something like is controlling them. I don't know, some higher being. I think it's man-made, definitely, but it's still interesting. So I like how that aspect of it. We go from that to introducing 2 new characters. We have Nuru Guy, a smaller, probably the youngest of the criminals, and also it's her. I guess it's not spoilers now. You already seen the episode, but she's a girl. Her assassin, her executioner, is it Tenza? Yeah. Her executioner, Tenza, this the blonde-headed one. So Tenza, he wants to save her because he heard her story and wants to save her and get her out of there. So they're trying to leave. So she actually is part of like an indigenous people, part of the Sanka clan or Sanka people, where they just don't go by what the shogun like the rules of the shogun. So they're outsiders, they're exiles. So but why a new guy is in prison is because she's seen some of the shogun's men, samurai, and it's like, oh, you need some help? Like, well, I'll bring you back to my village. Just trying to be nice. And then he's like, oh yeah, you're part of the Senkai. Let's kill all your people. So they kill all of her people, kill her grandfather, and like, you know, it's a very sad story, and she feels really like guilty about it. And I understand. So, and I think it really shows like the shogun is probably the real villains of this story. I mean, the authoritative government. I really like how they're showing it like subtly, where like it's not too in your face, but the shogun is definitely the villains in this so far, because like the criminals, like she's not even that bad. She's not bad at all. She doesn't done nothing wrong, but now she's on death row. So I thought that was interesting. But the thing is it's just so much I guess backstory was going on. It's not like, okay, so one time, okay, I used to not like Demon Slayer. I know, I was like, whoa, I love Demon Slayer now, but Tanjiro's family dying in the beginning, I know I'm heartless, but I just didn't care. Like, I was like, okay, another dead family. What do you want me to do? So this is like, okay, his grandfather's dead, his family's dead. I like the story so far, but you got to make me care. So that's why it was like a lot of focus on this. They had a huge fight in the water because they're trying to get away. Tenza and Nuru guy is trying to get away. They're not even trying to get the elixir of life, but they stopped by a whole bunch of ships, like wrecked ships. And they see like a whole bunch of monsters coming out. I think like it was like octopus monsters. I just seen a video that kind of reminded me of some technical difficulties. What's say testicles? What is the word for it? Fuck. The squid. The tentacles. Tentacle monsters, hentai. The joke is this is hentai, okay? But let's move on from hentai. Yeah, so they're like fighting Tenza and newer guy are fighting these monsters, and newer guy, she's like, nah, I'm done. I can't. I'm too much guilt. But Tenza, he's like, nah, you gotta fight. You gotta survive. You want to live? Come on, let's go. So similar to Gamimaru, she wants to die, but she still has will to live. So they go back to the island, and then you find out she's a woman because Tenza's like, whoa, wait, you're a woman? It's like, so it kind of shocked me too, because the episode before we have like a very feminine man by Toma, the two brothers. So I was like, oh, you never know. But yeah, it's dealing with gender too, and the fact that we have Sagiri. And this is my favorite part of the episode because it focuses on her a lot, where it's a struggle between being a samurai and being a woman. Because, I mean, in the Edo period, this is like the 1600s, 1700s. If you're a woman, you have one job, and that's to bear children. And sadly, even today's in 2023, people think women are just made for that. I mean, there's so much more than that. And I mean, especially back then, like, you have no choice. And Genji, like, he's like down for it. He's like, nope, I'd rather see you dead than waste your life as a samurai. And you need to bear children. There's no choice. And I hate that attitude. And he rightfully gets his, like, you know, his uppance at the end. But we'll get to that in a second. But yeah, Sagiri, my favorite part is her struggle with that, her confidence in being a samurai. But she doesn't want to be just pegged as a woman, either a woman or a samurai. She thinks that she can become both. Like, it doesn't. You could be a woman and a samurai. You could be a mother. It's your choice. So she wants to like change the culture, and I like that about this her progression. So she's definitely my favorite character so far. And Gabimaru even says that you're stronger than me. It's not like it's like more of a practical strength because she's always trained. Like Gabimaru, he's just like naturally strong, but she has trained so much. But it's like it really teaches you that confidence is very key because like you could be like the best like chess player in the world, but if you don't have that confidence, it doesn't matter. You won't win. But if you have that confidence in the skill, like you're unbeatable, and that's like you should like take that as like going through in your life, that you really should just be confident in yourself because you only have one life and one person, so you might as well just be confident. So yeah, I really like that aspect of this episode. It really made me like it a lot. And and the Gamimaru and Sagiri's relationship is really good. Look, if I wouldn't be mad if Gamimaru and Sagiri got together. Look, I know Gamimaru loves his wife, but I ship those two together. Okay, I know. He can have both wives like Tengen. Okay, how about that? He's not that kind of type of guy, unfortunately. But I think this is a good episode. A lot of stuff I like about it. The Tenza and Nuru guy, like little plot line. It didn't have the impact that I was hoping for, but it's just because I was more interested in Sagiri, so it's kind of like stretching itself thin a little bit. But I think it's just the downfall of just watching stuff like by episode, week by week. I think it will improve in the future, and I'm hoping for the best. So definitely a good episode. And at the very end when like Genji's like, "Get out of here! You're a woman. The only thing you're good for is bearing children." She's just like, Sagiri's like, "No, I'm staying because Senta is like, I think you're the only person that can really like calm down Gamimaru," and that is true. Like he saved her. He got him like. I think Gamimaru was kind of like becoming more human, and that's a big part for Sagiri, and she didn't even realize that. So she decides to stay, and Genji does not like that. He's like, "No, you're out of here. I'm gonna force you to leave." But then Sagiri takes his sword, and he's like, "Whoa!" He's like, "Oh, you can." And Sagiri's like, "Oh, you can procure stuff on site." So she's like, "Yeah, she's slowly become a badass," and then. I knew something bad was gonna happen to Genji because he's being a super asshole. We have the giant. I don't know his name yet, but he's standing over top of him, and literally just swipes his whole entire stomach off. The easiest weight loss ever, and I guess he's definitely dead. So the giant, he has to be super strong because he already killed his executioner, and I'm pretty sure he was pretty high rank, and he's basically killed Genji. So. A good ending, a good cliffhanger that makes me want to watch the next episode. So talk about it more. It makes me like the episode more, and I'll give it a rating of 7.5. I know that's not as high as the other ones, but I thought the other episodes were really better, a little bit better. But this one's still good, and I still look forward to the next episode. So, what did you think of episode 5 of Hell's Paradise, the Samurai and the Woman? Like, comment, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in the next dimension.